Hi everyone, this video is going to cover Unit 5, Lesson 7, and I'm going to show you how to work through the problems if you haven't already. Example number 1 has a table and a graph, and the graph shows the temperature between noon and midnight in City A on a certain day. This table over here shows the temperature T in degrees Fahrenheit for H hours afternoon in City B. City A, City B, comparing the same quantities but in different locations. So which city was warmer in or at 4 p.m.? This is hours afternoon, so 1 hour afternoon would be 1 o'clock. So 4 hours afternoon would be 4 o'clock. So we're comparing 57 degrees in A to 62 degrees in B. So the warmer city was City B. Which city had the bigger change in temperature between 1 and 5 p.m.? So if I look at 1, it looks to be 50.5, and 5 p.m. looks to be about 58. So if I were to subtract those two numbers, the difference would be 58 minus 50.5. That'd be 7.5 degrees increase. In my table, going from 1 to 5, comparing these two, that would be like 82 minus 58. Or you could think about this as increasing by 2 to 60, this increasing to get to 84. 84 minus 60 is 24. And that's a decrease. So 24 down versus 7.5 up, the bigger change was in City B. How much greater was the highest temperature in B than the highest temperature in A? So highest temperature in B, let's change our color. 82 looks to be the highest. And the highest temperature in A was 59. Again, some mental math strategies. We can up this by 1 and up this by 1 for a difference of 23. 23 degrees higher, comparing the high temperatures, which are at different times. Number 4, compare the outputs of the function when the input is 3. So we want to compare the outputs of the function when the input is 3. Our input is always on the x-axis, and the time would be the input up here. So if we have an input of 3, we're looking for time of 3, outputs 54.5, and time of 3 over here outputs a temperature of 75. So there are the answers to the first one. So I forgot to hit the play button, but just to go through these again, volume of a cube is made up of length times width times height, so S times S times S, and the volume of a sphere is this graph. We don't know what V equals for volume of a sphere, but the volume of a cube is S times S times S, and we have a graph of the volume of a sphere. If you want to know about the volume of a cube with edge length 3, and if that's greater or less than the volume of a sphere with radius of 3, these are your inputs, the 3's. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And input 3 into this chart, and you get out around 120. So which one's greater? The volume of a sphere is greater. If a sphere has the same volume as a cube with edge length 5, so that volume of that cube would be 5 times 5 times 5, or 125. What is the radius of the sphere? So this is the volume of the sphere. Go to where 125 would be, follow it over and down. It looks to be about 3.2 for a radius. And 3, compare the outputs of the two volume functions when the inputs are 2. So input 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Input down here, 2, it looks to be about 30. And here we have a driving situation. Elena's family is driving on the freeway at 55 miles per hour. And then you have Andre driving on the same freeway, but not at a constant speed. The table shows how far Andre's family has traveled, D, in miles every minute for 10 minutes. So how many miles per minute is 55 miles per hour? Well, miles per minute, it's 55 divided by however many minutes are in a mile. So normally it's 1 hour, 55 miles per hour, 1 hour, but now it's 55 per 60 minutes. And that equals 0.92 miles per minute. And that's what Elena is traveling at a constant speed. These are in miles and minutes. So I can see at 1 minute, comparing that to Elena's, Andre's family is not going as far. And Elena's is going 0.92, Andre's is going 0.9. Elena's is further. That's the answer to number 1. Who had traveled farther in 5 minutes? Well, take this number times 5, which is about 4.6 miles. If I look at here, in 5 minutes, oops, that should be down here. In 5 minutes, it would be 5.1. So for 5 minutes, Andre wins. For 10 minutes, well, take that number times 10. It's about 9.2 for Elena. And for Andre, it's 9.1. So at 10 minutes, Elena wins. So 5 minutes, Andre won. 10 minutes, Elena won. How long did it take Elena's family to travel as far as Andre's had traveled after 8 minutes? So Andre's travels 7.4 in 8 minutes. And if I look and see how long it takes this number to become 7.4, that's like dividing by it. So divide 7.4 by 9.2. 0.92, which is 8.04 minutes. About the same as Andre. And look, the speeds are about the same. For both families, the distance in miles is a function of time. Compare the outputs of these functions when the input is 3. So if I put in 3 minutes, that's like 3 times 0.92, which is 2.76. Put in 3 here, and I see in the table it's 3. Compare them, Andre's is higher. Hopefully this answer key video for Lesson 7's practice problems was helpful. We'll talk to you later. Bye.